Here's one of the things I like about this girl. I think what you do, you slightly take it for granted, or those around you know you're incredibly talented in terms of being a songwriter, lyricist, a singer, whatever. But you sort of slightly hide it and say, look, everybody, let's have fun. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun associated with you.
Yeah, absolutely. We smile a lot.
And there's colour in those videos.
Yeah.
I mean, is that your philosophy? When you set out there to connect with whoever's listening and however they're listening, what do you want to convey to them?
Oh, I want to make music that makes people happy and dance.
Yeah.
I like playing songs for my parents a lot. And my dad, when I notice he'll get into it, and I'm like, oh, it's a hit. This is a good one.
Do you know, it's interesting you say that, because we were trailing saying you were on today, and every time we went into a break and all music came on, all this crew I was watching, everyone starts doing
Yeah.
Yes, crew, come on.
Yeah. So you started when you were really young, Eamonn was
Yeah.
saying, like 7 years old, writing. What I didn't know about you until I was reading about you is that you were writing songs for other people very successfully before you became an artist. Was that time...
Sickening? Was that
were you
sickening?
kind of going, oh,
They
they're
were
all
getting
doing
the
my
credit?
No, I've always wanted to be the artist, but I wanted to get in the industry any way I could, and I noticed that was the first thing people wanted. They wanted to sign me as a songwriter. So in my brain, I immediately shut down all my dreams of being the face and was like, okay, maybe this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to be behind the scenes writing for all these pop stars. And we did that for a minute, and I told everyone, like, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do my own music one day when I'm like 25. But we wrote All About the Bass, and 9 months later, it was my single, and I was
Well,
an
All
artist.
About the Bass is the first time I kind of went, who is this girl? I love this song, 'cause my son plays it a lot, you know, in the radio. He loves you.
Ruth had her kebab, her lager. She was
All
a
about
Friday
the
night.
bass,
It was all about the
baby.
bass.
Was that a kind of breakthrough single for you?
Absolutely, yeah. That was the first single, and I remember thinking, like, my family was like, this is the song? I was like, yeah, I guess this is what they want from me as an artist. And I remember thinking, like, okay, if 20,000 people hear it, I'll be happy. And it now has over 1 billion views.
So you've got the new album now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Who are you saying thank you to?
To everyone who helped me live all my dreams in 1 year.
Yeah, in
to
1
my
year.
fans, and I mean, that first album cycle, we got everywhere from the first tour to a Grammy.
Bring me back to the Grammys, right? Bring me back to February this year and you going up on that stage to get your Grammy. Who's with you? How do you celebrate it?
Sitting with my dad, and I remember the award was coming up, and I was like, oh, I'm nauseous. I'm so nauseous. and they're reading off the names, and I noticed my name was last, and I noticed how close I was to the stage, and I was like, uh-oh. This might be a thing, Dad. And then Sam came out, and he read it.
Sam
Smith, yeah. And he said my name, and I fell apart. I remember grabbing my heart and falling into my dad's arms. Oh. And before I went on stage, he whispered to me while crying. And if you ever heard an old man cry, it's the saddest thing in the world. And he was like, you made it.
You made it.
You talk a lot about your dad, and both your parents, but you take them to things. They're a big part of this journey for you, aren't they?
They come to everything, as much as they can.
Yeah. And then that night, when Dad saying to you, you made it, I mean, I'm sure no one more than him believed that you could do it.
Yeah.
What did that mean for you all as a family and a moment, and your dreams are now realised you don't have to write for anyone else if you don't want to?
I remember being backstage after I was crying so hard. It took me a long time to stop crying. But we got champagne, and my dad made a toast saying, from now on, they have to introduce you as award-winning, Grammy award-winning Meghan Trainor. And I just remember looking at my whole family. My brothers were there, my uncle was there, my mom, and my team, and just thinking, like, wow, it was kind of like they all believed in this. So did I, and it was like, we did it. We finally did it. It was more like a we thing.
And have you got other things to tick off your bucket list? You're so young.
Well, yeah, now I gotta start fresh. I gotta make a new vision board.
People are just pleading. They're all in touch with you. They love you here today, including Emily and Maul and Phil and Jed and Alicia, and a plea from Rosie. Please, will you visit Devon, and will you do a smaller acoustic gig here? Hope people don't forget Devon on their travels.
Yeah, Devon's beautiful.
But
time.
You mean, although you live nearby New York, you're not a big city girl, really, are you?
No, yeah, now we live in Los Angeles, which I love.
Yeah.
But not a big city girl.
You're from where?
I'm from Nantucket Island, a small island off of Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
Yeah. Very good.
Love this No, by the way. It's fabulous. It's all fabulous. You're fantastic. It's so lovely to meet you. We've listened to your music. We really enjoy it. Please come back and see us anytime on This Morning. You're always very welcome. The new album, Thank You, is out now. And the single from this is called...
Right now we're pushing Me Too.
Me
That's
Too.
the second single.
Me Too. Thank you, Meghan.
Meghan Trainor, thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
We did it.
Lovely, lovely.
Hello, YouTube. For more of the same, just click here. And don't forget, you can subscribe for even more of these amazing videos exclusive to our channel.
Pretty intense job. I had no shoes on for the most of it as well, so I got a cold for 6 weeks.
Well, that's Nina.
Yeah.
This is the real Nina.
Nina decided that she didn't like to wear shoes, so therefore it was written into the script. And yeah, I spent 6 weeks without any shoes on.
Walking around the streets of London.
Walking around the streets of London.